Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Monday series number 5. I'm Mary Setrakian, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. Oh my goodness, where are we? We've got people joining in already. Now, if you're a subscriber, you can join in on the conversation. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, and then please say hi. I want to see where you're coming in from. Who's here? Yes. Today, it's going to be everything Phantom of the Opera. So I'm so excited to be sharing this today. There's Migle. Hello, darling, from Lithuania. Migle is here. Oh, my goodness. She's the head of the Setrakianators. Please join the Setrakianators on Instagram. You guys are so awesome. It's such a great community to be together. So, honey, thank you for being here. Today, I'm so excited because we are doing the music of Phantom of the Opera, and Roseanne is here. Hi, honey. Wonderful to have you. You guys are signing on slowly now. I see you there. Yay! Isabel from Spain is here. Welcome back, honey. So happy you're here. Amanda, hi, from California, my home state. I was born in San Francisco. So glad you're here. Lillian from Illinois. Hi, you're back this week. So awesome. You guys are the best. And let's see, I have a couple of announcements to make while you're signing on. I released yesterday their online ticket sales. I'm going to be doing a masterclass live in person in New York City on November 15. It's called Sing, Find Your True Voice, a masterclass for everyone at the Triad Theater, which is a gorgeous theater off Broadway, just a little gem of a theater. And tickets started going on sale yesterday. And if you get your tickets before tomorrow, Tuesday, the 27th, before midnight, I am putting you in the VIP section up front. So I've already got some fabulous gang. Most of you here online, many of you are coming. We've got Christy Bone is going to be coming in from Illinois, VIP. Cynthia from Canada, Ronili from Israel, Christina from Palermo, Italia. She's going to be here. Emma from Canada, Jason in New York, Jada in New York, Ashley in New York, Michael and Tim in New York. So please be sure, if you get your tickets early, this is awesome. Just write me a little note, whether it's on Facebook or DM me on Instagram or write a message here, and I will put you in the VIP up front. Now, every seat is pretty darn good at the Triad, so don't worry if you miss it. But it's really going to be a blast, like so much fun. I wish you could be there too, Migle. I do. It's a little bit far from Lithuania, I'd say. But it's going to be just a wonderful evening. I'm so thrilled. So the Triad Theater is an off-Broadway theater. It's the home of this wonderful show called Celebrity Autobiography. It's incredible, where these celebrities read real autobiographies of other celebrities. It's hilarious, and it's this sold-out show that's been there for years. The Triad Theater has been my home away from home since over 20 years ago, since 2001. And hi, Amanda. I wish you could come too. Meg, hello. Oh, Meg's going to be there too, I think. Didn't you say, Meg? Oh, my goodness. So excited. So anyway, the Triad is, when I started there doing my student showcases, doing my salons, my performances, my cabaret shows, my pianist who started with me there, John Fisher. And John Fisher is going to be there on November 15th. So it's going to be just a real coming home moment for me after all of this quarantine. I wanted to do this masterclass in 2020, 2021. It just didn't, of course, work out. But now we can all be together. So it's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait. Yeah, Isabel, all the way from Spain. How could you get there, you know? But you are going to be there in spirit, Migle. I believe in that, actually. So it's going to be great. I have some surprise guest artists who are going to show up. Going to keep them secret for the moment. And I'm going to sing as well. And then we're going to have this masterclass together. It's going to be a blast. Okay, one more piece of news, and then we're going to get started. starting on Wednesday, I fly to Italy. I'm going to be directing a show in Sardinia, a show that I wrote the book for. My student, amazing, most talented composer I know, Manuel Cosu, wrote this amazing pop opera libretto and music called Il Templare, which means the Templar Knight. And I adapted it and wrote the book for it. And we are having a performance October 15. So just to say, on these Mondays, I'm going to be in Italy, but you know what? I'm going to try to call in so we can all be together still and do a little, I don't know if I'll have a piano and stuff, but we'll either do questions or some singing together. We'll figure it out. Okay. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any news, whatever I have. Okay. Are you guys ready for Phantom? Shall we warm up and get this going? We might be a little longer today than an hour. I'm not sure. But I understand if you have to run off, don't worry. Okay, you ready to go? I think we've got a good quorum here. This is perfect. Okay, yes, ready. Isabel, ready. Lillian, ready. Awesome. Okay, I'm so happy. Just to show you before we start, I was Madame Jury. That's me. I toured with the company before some of you were born. It was 1998. I toured for a whole year with the company. And these are some of the awesome stars. Julie Schmidt and Stephen Stein Granger here was our Piangi. And he was so special. He was just an incredible performer. He unfortunately had a very obscure disease, and he passed away a year ago on Christmas Day. He also played Santa Claus. I think he is Santa Claus, actually. So he's near and dear to my heart. He helped me design my apartment, actually. He's had so many talents. So I miss him. So I wanted to give a shout out to Stephen Stein Granger. This is our Phantom, Brad Little. Brad Little to this day still plays the Phantom on the world tour. He is so special. And I wanted to say to you guys, you know, it all starts at the top. And when you have somebody like Brad Little, who is, you know, when you're a lead in a show, you really, the rest of the cast really follows that energy. And he was so giving and generous and darling. And thus the cast really got along. So keep that in mind when you climb the ladder and get into those positions. Bring your beautiful spirit every time. But I tell you, it makes a difference. And Kimberly Bryant, our beautiful Christine. So anyway, gorgeous cast, so much fun. Here we go. As usual, we are going to start with a breath. And Meg says, I love people with that kind of energy. Isn't it great, Meg? It makes all the difference. And this is what I love about our community here, is we're bringing positive, you know, energy and also supporting each other. It's all about support. And because there's room for all of us, and we just have to support each other in our journeys. And, you know, I got to tell you, when somebody in your life is succeeding, that means you're next. I mean, you're right next to them. You don't have to be like competitive in that, oh, if they're doing it, I don't get to. No, if they're doing it, you're right on the right track. So keep that in mind. Okay, here we go. Breath. If so, hi, so you are going ghost today. Am I ghost today? What does that mean? Ghost today. Oh, Phantom. Yeah. I didn't get it, Chris. Okay, inhale. Here we go. We're going to, where are your lungs? Show me where your lungs are. The lungs are here. We're going to breathe at the bottom of the lungs and just take an easy breath, everybody. Breath. Now we're going to do the S exercise. Bring the belly button in for the support. Breathing, Miss Dr. Ramsey. Here we go. I love that you're here. Yes. So we're going to take the inhale. Is the inhale, is the breath coming in? That's what I call the breath. The support, we're going to initiate from the belly button moving in. Notice my sternum here is popping out. That means I have no tension and I'm hooked up. So do that together. If you have a reflection nearby, a mirror, check and see if you're okay. If you're doing something like this, that means you're grabbing around the diaphragm. The diaphragm is what? An involuntary muscle. That involuntary muscle, we can't contract it. We have to let it do its free work. I'm seeing Clarissa from Buenos Aires. Hi, darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cree, you cracked me up. You got me on ghost. I don't know. Here we go. S. So this is your morning routine. When you're in the mirror in the morning, getting ready to brush your teeth, S, S, S. Perfect. If you want to dive into the details, just go back to the other Monday series lessons and you're all set. But today we're going quicker because this is number 5. So you guys have this. Don't worry if you have to leave, Miguel. It's totally fine. You can watch later. Absolutely, honey. We might even go longer than an hour. Let's see. Let's do S, S, S. Now we're going to connect and hook up the breath. Dr. Ramsey said the breath. Let's just breathe. And by the way, this correct breath will get you to your emotions. You might feel tired. You might feel sad. You might cry. You might feel happy. You might feel relaxed. I don't know. You can tell me how you feel, but this is going to get you to wherever you are today. And wherever that is good. We're going to say A-OK to that. Sibilla, equity. Yes. Sibilla's going to be with me. She's my stage manager in Italy for Il Templare. Yes, we're both going to meet up in Rome and we fly to Cagliari. And so Sibilla is here. We were talking today about the show. Okay, we're now going to hook up the breath and the support with the front passage resonators. And remember, it's kind of like this bottle. We've got bones and cartilage inside. The air pockets vibrate. So that's going to be part of your talent, part of your instrument. So don't try to listen to the tone. Try to feel the vibration. Say that with me. Good. Hi, Emmanuel. Wonderful to have you here. Let's do an S. S. Go back to the hum. Good. Now we're going to go. Try that. Good. Now try tongue trill. S. S. Now tongue trill. Breathe. Good. Now try the lip trill. The lip trill, if you need help, just push up your lips here just to get a little more fleshy. S. S. Take another breath like you're going to take an S, but instead do the lip trill. What I see sometimes is people do an S, and then they go. So you want to do the exact same breath that we've found with that S. It won't feel like it's enough. You're going to be like, but how can that be enough? Just try it out. And then you go, oh my God, it's more than enough. S, same breath, lip trill. Excellent. So when we go up the scale, remember, we're going up the floors of the front passage here. And will the size get bigger or smaller as we rise on the scale? What do you think? Do we go bigger? Or do we go smaller? There it is. We go smaller. Rosanna's right. Yep. Hey, Delia. Brava. Excellent, you guys. You are so good. I feel so proud. Now, with Phantom, we've got some high notes going on, right? So just remember, when we sing higher, not only does the space go smaller, we have to have more energy of support. That's why it's good to, before you sing, to go for a run, get your body moving, because we have to have a lot of energy. Do that with me. Make your hands spin. The balls are spinning faster as we go higher. I love also doing a knee bend. Ciao Silvia! Ciao! Eccoti! Dall'Italia! Che bello! Da Roma, voglio dire, invece. Yeah. Sono tanto contento che tu sia qua. Che bello. Brava. Sei arrivata. Okay, here we go. So this zips faster and it goes smaller and up the floors. Let's do a full octave. Now remember, I'm having you go into your legs for the high note. Why would that be? Well, belly button down is support. So we're training the legs that this energy is alive. And just doing the knee bend trains the body that that's your support. Why would I have you releasing your head when we go up high? I'm training these muscles not to grab when I go higher, because we kind of freak out thinking, oh no, it's a high note. So we're just training the body to understand we're in the physics. We can trust the physics and live it like that. S again. Good. Now, so that was the breath. That was the support. That was super belly button as a support. Remember, the support is so important because it protects your vocal cords. It's part of your power. In Phantom of the Opera, we got a lot of power going. It may connect you from their belly button, to your vulnerability. We love vulnerability. We've got the front passage, is your voice. And we're really going to think about that today with Phantom of the Opera. We go up the floors for the higher notes. And it's in a pyramid shape. So that would be enough for most people to say, okay, that's my technique. I'm done. Now I get to sing the score. Well, this is where my life changed. I had a beautiful voice. I could sing a lot of notes. I was starring at the Light Opera of Manhattan, which was really wonderful. I got to do leading roles. But when I was trying to get to Broadway, I wouldn't get those callbacks. And why is that? I wasn't connecting my true emotional Mary self. You know that you are enough, you are so enough. It's unbelievable how enough you are. We not only have to believe we're enough, but we have to expose our truth. I knew I wanted to expose my truth, but I didn't know how. So these tools that we're going to talk about now connect directly with the technical stuff. The technical stuff is so important. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want you to think about that. We've got to have that connected. But now as we add these parts of my technique, which I call the emotional life side, we just did the 5 elements of the voice technique side. Now the emotional life side, it's really going to serve our technique. And our technique also serves the emotions. One helps the other. It's really cool. So the first thing we're going to think about, well, 2 things. Fourth wall and personalization. So fourth wall, we know from last week, la quarta parete, si Silvia. The fourth wall is the imaginary wall between you, the singer, and the audience. Oh, thank you, Meg. She's saying, this is what I love about my method. The technical helps the emotions. Yeah, it's what freed me. I always felt like I don't sound good enough. Because in classical music, you're always kind of wanting to sound a certain way. This frees you. And thank you for that, because this is what changed my life. And I love sharing this information with you. Okay, so the fourth wall is a tool that we have to stay private. Many of you have told me, and we've talked about it before, I get anxious, I get scared, I don't know what to do. I'm at the audition and the people are so, they expect something of me and I'm trying to do a good job and then I screw up. So instead, we are now going to say, you know what? I have my imaginary fourth wall. This imaginary fourth wall is going to cocoon me into my private, intimate life with whom I am speaking. So right now we are working on Phantom of the Opera. I'm most likely going to, go to, some of you can choose to be the Phantom. Some of you can choose to be Christine. We might even have Raoul in there. But if whoever you want to be today, just think about if you're the Phantom and if you're Christine. So if you're Christine and you have your Phantom, then we want to personalize to whom you're singing. So Christine's, you're going to want to personalize your Phantom. If you're Phantom, you're going to want to personalize your Christine. Now, I'm going a little deeper than I've done in the last 4 sessions. So now let's think about the need for each character. So Christine, she has a need. A need is an unfulfilled emotion. It's all about the emotions, and it's always unfulfilled. So I've chosen for Christine, she has this need to be protected. She wants to be protected by Raoul. She wants to be protected by Phantom. She lost her father. She lost her protection. She has this deep-rooted need to be to be protected. And as my master acting teacher said, the need is the propeller of human behavior. So this need is going to inform all of her actions. Interesting, right? It's very deep, and I'm going quite quickly right now, but let's hold that. So the way you find your need, now we have to find a parallel situation. We're not Christine, really. You're not really in France, and you're not really that character, but we want to find out from our personal life, what's the parallel situation, the parallel need. Have you ever felt a need to be protected? That's the question. And the way you find the sensation of this unfulfilled need is to go to a time when you did not feel protected, when you felt lost, when you felt like there was nobody there for you. Great. Cri Cri Tutti says, I can relate to this. That's what you want to go to. And you even want to go to the day, how many years ago, what time of year was it, what time of day was it, that moment that strongest moment in your life where you didn't feel protected. So Christine's, that's where you're going to be thinking about right now. Now, the Phantom, let's think about his need. Now, the Phantom is an interesting character because he was born deformed. So I've chosen the need for the Phantom of his need to be somebody. He has this need to be somebody special. And Susan Batson always talks about the story of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, the great fighter. If you've never really learned anything about him, I would go watch some documentaries about Muhammad Ali. Unbelievable story. But she tells a story that when he was a little boy, these kids came and stole his bicycle. And that was the moment that he had this need to be somebody. And he said, I am going to be somebody special. And it's funny. He used to say, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. So for the Phantom, anyway, that is going to be the need to be somebody. And how do we find that need? You go to the day that you felt like a little piece of, nothing. A little piece of nothing. I'm not going to swear today because we're on YouTube, but a little piece of nothing. You felt like nobody. That's how you find the sensation of the need. Now, the need, you just need to drop in and let it live. I don't want you to show me that you have this need. I don't want you to show me that, oh, I'm emotional. You just drop into that sensation and it's enough. That's the part that takes practice. It's really crazy. But those are our needs. So with that need now, we want to personalize the personalization. Who is, for the Phantoms, who's your Christine? So Christine is this beautiful talent. And P.S., the Phantom is this talented guy. What a musician. And he has found the person that he wants to be somebody for. He's really madly in love with Christine. She's got this talent. And it makes him feel like he's somebody special when she sings his music. So you want to think of somebody who maybe you're a little obsessed with, or somebody that you want to seduce, or somebody that you feel like this would be my person that would really understand me and make me feel like I'm somebody special. That's who you're personalizing. Christine's, we want to choose somebody who we feel protected by. I always share that I always use my father for everything. You know what I mean? A parent is often somebody who's a good choice. Like, I feel protected by my father, who's not here on earth anymore, but even from the other side, I want his protection. So that's how you choose. And if you're Christine some octaves below, it's okay. Sing the octave below today. That's fine with me. Okay. So do you have your need? So we have this need, ladies, or anybody who wants to play Christine, the need to be protected, and the Phantom men, or anybody who wants to play the Phantom, you've got this need to be somebody, and you're putting the person in your life. Really think of somebody that you know personally that you would like to be the person of the recipient. the person who makes you feel like somebody, the person who protects you. We're going to put that person on your fourth wall. We find a point on the fourth wall so we can get into those gorgeous eyes of yours. The eyes are the window to the soul. So you're going to have your eyes open and see that person on a point on your fourth wall. Like I see a poster on my wall over there. I'm going to just put the strongest physical feature of your person and the strongest human quality. You got those two things? Maybe the face. What's their strongest human quality? They're generous. They're kind. They're funny. They're crazy. They're a genius, whatever that is. Okay. Now we're going to do our exercise that we've done before. We're going to do the lip trill exercise. But isn't this interesting? We've done all the technical things lined up. Now more layers. But go for it. This is why it's an art form. This takes practice. It's not like, oh, those kids get up there and they sing. We got some work to do. How fun is this? Now, if tears come up, you cry. You cry through it. I had a great conversation with Dr. Ramsey about this, and you get to use the sensitivity of yours. You guys are sensitive. So am I. And this is our gift. And we're not going to be civilians trying to, don't see me cry. No, now you're on a stage and you have to expose it. This is your intimacy. Into me see. That's our job. Isn't it fun? And then we get to use this horrible pain and make art out of it. And I swear to God, if you can't sing through it right now, if it's, that's okay. Just keep trying, keep going. Don't stop and say, I've got to clean up and put it aside and try. No, you're going to keep using it, going through it. And I promise it'll get easier and easier. I promise. Okay, here we go. We are going to do full octaves for our S. Are you with me? Everybody with me? How you doing? Yeah? You've been quiet, so I'm curious how you're doing. This is a lot of information. So I'm going to put on my fourth wall. This really does feel like back in drama school in the best way. Yeah, it is. We're taking real tools. I think you went to a good drama school. Like this is really from my mentor, Susan Batson, who teaches all the biggest stars, Nicole Kidman, Juliette Binoche, Oprah, Lady Gaga. And, I've been working with her for over 30 years. She changed my life with this information, and I love sharing it with you. It's so much fun. Okay, so we're going to do S. You're going to see your person on the fourth wall. So you're going to go away from them and then come back to them. Don't worry about anything. We're going to practice using our fourth wall and practice seeing our person because they're not really there, right? So we have to practice. What's their strongest physical feature? If they run away, bring back their eyes. If they run away, bring back their generous spirit. So you keep them alive there. I love it. S. Now remember, we're going way up an octave, so really go all the way up and get that belly button spinning and get into those gorgeous legs. S. S. N. N. Smaller on top. Here we go. Higher floor. N. Then you're an octave lower. S. N. Good. Let me hear you. S. Good job. S. N. S. N. Whoops. Yeah. Here we go. High C. And let ladies go for it. Now keep going. S. It's really tiny up there. S. And. Two more. S. And. Tiny on top like Tinkerbell. One more. S. And. Woo! Okay, those high notes are too high for me, but a lot of you are amazing and can do it. I went all the way up to the high F above high C for the ladies. And men, if you went to falsetto, excellent. You can go to falsetto. And if you go, ladies, what our highest notes can be called whistle register as well. So that high F is Queen of the Night. The Queen of the Night aria, she goes to the high F. Christine goes to the high E at the end of Phantom of the Opera. So Lillian, you got it? Excellent. So when we, we'll touch on that today, but just know your nose tickles, Meg. That's excellent. And Meg, you've got it too. This is so cool. That means you ladies, if you can do this in the lip trill, you can sing this as well. So we will look at that, okay, when we get to those notes. Beautiful. Anything else you're aware of? How are my men doing? How are you doing, Dr. Ramsey? How's it going? Your lip trills. Do you like the lip trills? I think they're my favorite in the back pocket exercise. It's one that you can always go to. You can do it in the taxi cab. You can do it walking down the street. It's really pretty fun. Yes, the space is going to be super tiny. So I set up this sort of fun experiment to understand the tininess of those super, super high notes. Great, Dr. Ramsey. I love it. So here's more space in the bottle. Right? Now there's a lot less space today. I really made it super tight. Let's see if I can make a noise. It's going to be higher, right? Woo! Really high, really piercing. So remember, it's this tiny space, and we just have to use our brain. We just have to use our thought. We don't try to make our vocal cords do it. We just think of this tiny, really tiny space. And that's what's fun about the lip trill as well, because you don't have to think about singing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make an exercise out of the song. So if you guys know the Phantom of the Opera, you can get out the lyrics if you like. We're going to use this as an exercise. Joy just said the roof of my mouth goes up. Is that all right? Yeah. So I love that you're not trying, Joy, to make the roof of your mouth go up. You know how I've heard teachers say this. I never had a teacher who said this, but teachers will say, raise your soft palate for high notes. The reason why I don't love that instruction is because there's a quantum theory that says if we focus on the molecules change. If we focus on raising the soft palate, everything will freak out and not be natural. But I'm sure when you sing high notes that the soft palate goes up. So the roof of your mouth went up. Okay, that's fine, because that's part of the mechanism. As long as you're not trying to make the mechanism happen in order to make the note, that's when I think we're in better shape. That's, for me personally, the way to go. You got it too. All tickling. Good. Tickling is great. Just try to keep focusing for us on more energy of support and that higher floor, tight space, and you're set. Really, really good. 100% Joy. Awesome. Good. It's a great question. Really, really good. All right. Now, Andrew Lloyd Webber, of course, wrote the Phantom of the Opera. And his wife, Sarah Brightman, was the first Christine. He wrote it for her. Hey, I got your name wrong. Oh, Ariadna. Oh, so glad you're here. This is so good. Yes, Cree, it's so important not to think about the mechanism. Remember, I talked about that quantum theory. If we focus on the vocal cords or the throat, they freak out. The quantum theory says if you focus or observe the molecule, the state of the molecule changes. We don't want to change anything. We want it to do its work naturally. So we're going to put our attention these other places that I've discussed. So I'm thrilled. Now, Sarah Brightman, what Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted to show off about his talented wife was that she had a huge range. She could sing low notes and she could sing high notes. So she can sing, I guess he has her going down to a G here, and then she goes all the way up to the high E in this particular song. So let's now warm up our low register, just the notes around our mouth. And here's the first thing that Christine sings. that's all around here. It's middle C and lower. So we're just gonna speak it and sing it through the lowest floor around our mouth. Now, ladies, we are going to do some chest voice today for her. As Maria Callas said, do not be scared of your chest voice. But right now, it's really more kind of a recitative moment. It's not singing quite yet. The next phrase, it will be singing, and we're going to add more chest. But right now, just let it live around your mouth, and that will be great. Yep, you're totally right, Moonbeam. It's Sarah Brightman and Michael Crawford. Yeah, those are our originals. In Sleepy. So this is nice and low. So men, you can sing this with us too. You can do it the octave higher if you want, if it's too low for you. But if you can get these low notes, you're going to speak to your person on your fourth wall, the person that you need to be protected by, and or the person that you feel sees you, makes you feel like you're somebody special. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to see that here, and you're just going to sing these notes. Let's just do it on me first. Me, 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 me. Good, me. Me, 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 me. Okay, here we go. Let's put words on that. 1, 2, 3. In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came. Right around your mouth. That voice which calls to me and speaks my name. Good. Now, the next line, it's not that high for Christine right now. Just say, the phantom. Sing that with me. The phantom. Now we're up here around the cheeks. Go a little smaller. Belly button again. The phantom. Now do it an octave lower. The phantom. Sing that. The phantom. Now up high. The phantom. The phantom. Again. The phantom. So that's up here on the higher floors. The phantom. Lower. The phantom. Beautiful. Now, it's going to cascade down the floors. The phantom of the opera is there. This is where you can add chest, ladies. Inside my mind. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3. The phantom of the opera is there inside my mind. That is an octave and a fourth. That's a pretty big range. Phantom mind. Sing that. Phantom mind. 2 floors again. Phantom mind. Sing the whole phrase. 1, 2, 3. The phantom of the opera is there inside my mind. Good. Isn't that a nice warm-up? We're already warming up our voice and singing the song at the same time. Now, the phantom sings this next part, and he does it an octave higher. Sing once again with me. Ladies, we'll do it the octave down. Men, you're up here. Sing once again with me, our strange duet. So, of course, it's an octave lower, but that's where it lives in your voice, in this higher place. So, we need a lot of energy, guys. It's going to be here already. Let's try the octave lower for everybody first, and then we'll jump up the octave. Let's try that. So, men, you're down here. Sing once again with me. Ladies, sing our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. Everybody together. And do you turn from me and glance behind? Okay, now we're getting to the higher notes. So, ladies, let's make a little exercise of this. Okay, we're going to do a fourth up. So men, you're an octave higher. You're octave lower, but you're in the same zone as me. Ladies, we're here. The phantom. Throw that to me. The phantom. Now, as we go higher, ladies, you're going to be on top and sparkly. Men, you're just going to feel this tighter space. The phantom. Ladies, we're more. The phantom. Get those overtones ringing for the ladies. Men, because of testosterone, you just go from a different place. So, ladies, the phantom. Sing that, ladies. The phantom. Good, men. The phantom. Let me hear the men. The phantom. Good. We're just going to keep going up. Keep that in mind. Here's the S. Breath. The phantom. And S. The phantom. Now here's our E natural. That's a passaggio note. 2 passaggio notes. The phantom. The B's and the E's, you want to think of them more compartmentalized, more placed perhaps. I don't love the word placed, but for the passaggio I do. I like you to expect that resonance. Right now we're going to really let it be more compartmentalized. S, breath. The phantom. Got it? Excellent, men. Same thing. Again. The phantom. Make this little keyhole, and it's going to go right through the keyhole. Again. The phantom. Beautiful. Now, ladies, it's above the passaggio note. It's an F, so it's going to sparkle a little more. The phantom. Men, you're still keeping it in that nice, tighter space. The phantom. Here we go. Together. The phantom. Throw it to me. The phantom. Beautiful. Going up again. Men, you're here. The phantom. Throw it to me. The phantom. Good. Half step up. S. S. The phantom. Throw it to me. The phantom. We're on top, ladies. We're sparkling. It's getting smaller. One more. S. S. The phantom. Good. Again. The phantom. Beautiful. Let's do the next one. S. The phantom. Make it nice and small on top. Throw it to me. The phantom. Let's see if we got one more here. S. S. Ladies on top. The phantom. Men, 2. The phantom. Okay, we're going to go higher later. Beautiful. Now, let's go back down to the F, to the G. Okay, so what's so important about this is now you understand the high floors coming down. Keep sending to your person on that fourth wall. So it's something like, the phantom of the opera is there inside your mind. Want to try? 1, 2, 3. The phantom of the opera is there inside your mind. Or inside my mind. I guess it depends on who you're singing. Excellent. Let's do this whole little section. Sing once again with me. Now your men, you're all warmed up with sing once again with me. Okay, let me see what Joy says. Definitely feel both floors. Low notes a bit chesty, trying to keep more lyric operatic sound all throughout. I think that's correct, Joy. You want to make sure that the high notes really have this sparkle. I would go for Maria Callas low notes. We don't want to go to, pop musical theater, inside my mind, except Ramin does a little poppy phantom. And, Ramin can do that because he sounds good. And they like to have sometimes the phantom be a little more poppy sometimes. But Brad Little, I would say that he did more of a straightaway, legit phantom. I think Norm Lewis did that as well. They do have some straight tones in there, which does make it different than pure opera. But but overall, you really want this sparkle on top. So great remark. I love that. So I'm not a great pianist, but we'll try it anyway. So as the phantom starts, ladies, let's sing the phantom an octave lower. Guys, you're up here. So really send to your Christine. This is where the person on the fourth wall helps so much. Sing once again for me our strange duet. He's like, I need you to see me. I am special. I'm giving you the best information ever. So do this. He has a need to be somebody special. The action's a little different. The action is demanding it. He's like, do this for me. So they're two almost opposites operating at the same time. Isn't that great? That's what makes it three-dimensional acting. It's so beautiful. Sing once again for me. That's where the phantom is. And ladies, when you're gonna, we're all gonna sing the phantom part right now. Okay, so ladies, stay in Christine. And sing once again for me our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. Down the octave. And now I turn from thee to glimpse behind. Sparkle, ladies. The phantom of the opera is there inside my mind. Excellent. You just did all of the floors. You did the smaller space. You're sending to your person through Christine or through Phantom. Great work. What are you aware of? What are you aware of? Anything? Let's all have a little drink of water. Do you have any awareness? Woo, I think everybody's exhausted. What happened? Okay, well, I'm not hearing from you now. How are you doing, Lillian? Meg, are you good? Everybody okay? Isabel? You're aware of too many things. Okay, I think that's good. A feeling less. Interesting. I feel like the entire phrase is a huge release of energy. Excellent. That's telling me that you're connecting to the emotional life. Like I told you, it takes practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a new way to enter into this kind of work. And I tell you, it's really gratifying. You feel like your lower register goes back and forth from strong chest to operatic. It's totally fine. I think it can be in that strong chest. And I know your voice, Meg, so I don't think you can make a wrong choice here. Yep, I think you're right in the right place, honey. I like it. Okay, this is just a tip. We're not going to spend a lot of time on these high notes. But just so you understand, when she gets to that, he's saying, sing, my angel of music. Andrew has her starting low. Again, it's kind of showing off Sarah Brightman's prowess as a singer to be able to have this amazing range. So right before she goes into the high notes, she sings, "Is there a phantom of the opera?" And then it's a new universe. It's just a new universe. So let's try a little exercise for the men too. This is going into falsetto men, and for ladies, this is going into what I call whistle register, okay? You do feel massive taking up of space in the lower notes, like getting wider. That's correct. That's good, Isabel. That's the physics of the lower notes. We don't want to, in this particular score, we don't want to bring the chest chest voice up high like we would for Fontaine in I Dreamed a Dream. But and we're going to do a lesson for ladies of the high belt going into the extra mix high belt. We're going to do that. But today it's just the Maria Callas version of just letting the chest ring on those lowest notes. Okay, so we're going to do. So just an ooh and just really small. Guys, you can do it in your falsetto. Just really tiny, keep going. Okay, so if you got that high note, the high E is there for you. So this is excellent. So that's just what I like to do for this, finding your falsetto for the men and this whistle register for the ladies. It's just to kind of know what's up there, what's available. Just really lightly, lots of energy of support, really tiny space. Okay, and then the way you're going to work at this at home, because we're going to go on to the next song. He's there, that's around here, the Phantom of the Opera. Now she's in the stratosphere. It's here, and it's going to go smaller and smaller and tinier. I like calling it Tinkerbell. I mean, it's really, 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 really tiny. 1, 2, 3. And what my teacher, Joan Heller, used to talk about, I used to take a train to Connecticut to study with her. And when I get off the train, she goes, you just were sitting on a train. Now, you got to get everything really, 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 really zippy and ready to go. Like you need all this extra energy to get that spinning, the vocal cords are getting skinnier. We're not thinking about the vocal cords getting skinnier, but they are. So we have to go zippy, zippy, zippy. So you got to go, and on that we don't want to open it wide. That is not going to help us. Just got to be this really small space. Again, try that. And the jaw's not connected, so you can always move that jaw away. Okay, and then it keeps going up. You want to try? I'll play for you. Go up to the high B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here comes the C. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. High C. Energy. Here comes the high E. Okay, that's wicked crazy. If you want to send me a video, I will check it out. And we're just not going to spend too much time on that today. Unbelievable. On the highs, the less hard I try, the better it seems. There you go. I love that. That tells me that you're trying from underneath and you're not squeezing from on top. Squeak is good right now. We're not going to worry. If you can get a little tiny something going, it's on its way. I love it. Skinny vocal cords in the high because they eat little food. Haha. You did it, Joy. Woo! So proud of you. This is awesome, you guys. Okay. So now, I told you this would go longer than an hour today. This is so fun. Okay. So let's go to a ladies' song. We're going to go to Wishing. Yeah, Joy's talking about the loose jaw. Remember, the jaw is not connected to the tone. So I love to remember that you keep that tongue released behind these teeth. You can kind of let the tip of the tongue there just release behind the teeth. And if you chew like a cow, a little bit like that, or swing the jaw away, my teacher used to use that phrase, which I love. Loose jaw, if that works for you, it's okay. Sometimes if we try to relax, we relax everything and we're not relaxed, we're engaged. So just swing that jaw away from the tone. It's not connected to the tone. The tone has to be free to sparkle. So good. I'm glad that helped. Wonderful. All right. So how do you ladies like wishing? And men, you can join us here. Why not? I think men doing women's songs and women doing men's songs is kind of fun. You might not be able to do it for an audition, but you can certainly do it for your joy and maybe even for a show. So I really like it. Okay. How you doing? Good? All right. So this is something that I think Joy brought up in regards to the style of this. So Andrew Lloyd Webber, it's not really true opera. We're not trying to get every note vibrating in that gorgeous, every single tone perfect. It has some pop elements to it. But that said, especially this recitative in the beginning, and everything in the beginning, we have to have the entrance, what I would call from on top. We have to have the overtones ringing. So that's really important. Let's see, Isabel says it's in the jaw where I usually feel more vibration. Well, vibration's gonna move around your body in different ways. You want to make sure that the jaw is released. The way to be sure to do that is if you're moving the jaw side to side, there's no way that the jaw can be connected and held. If you're holding your jaw and feeling vibration, that's not good. But if you're releasing your jaw and you still feel vibration, I don't know, everybody feels it differently. That's why I always say, what are you aware of? Because everybody's a little different on how they feel it. So it's a good question. Just make sure, I would say for right now, make sure you're moving that jaw. Now, in wishing, you were somehow here again. A soprano once recently sent me a video of her doing it. And she had a lot of entrance, kind of like a pop song, rather than really a soprano on top sparkle. Later in the song, we have that. There is some moments where we can add some more chest to the sound. But right now, really be aware that it's spoken in our on top soprano place. Isabel, good. You're moving your jaw. You're in great shape. It's not a problem. Okay, good. So this time you're going to put on your fourth wall. Remember, Christine has this need to be protected, and her father has passed away. And her father promised her that he would send her somebody special to help her sing. And but she needs to let go of her father. She has this need of protection from her father, and she needs to let him go to move forward. And so this is where that need for protection is really alive, and she's at the graveyard speaking to her father. So I suggest that for me, that would work perfectly, right? Because I always share that my father's passed away, and so I could really use him in one of my personal scenarios of when I needed my father's protection and needing to separate from him and live my life, So I say that to you and just in hopes that it might give you a little inspiration of who you're going to choose for your father, a surrogate father. It might be your father. It might be as if your father said this, or was the situation, or you might have somebody else in your life. Maybe your mother is like your father. You could use your mother. You can really personalize whomever works for you in that parallel situation. Make sense? Okay. So I know from working with Kristen Blodgett, who is simply magnificent. She's the musical supervisor, and watching her work with the Christines on this, this beginning part really is pitch. It really is recitative in tempo, but it really has a lot of leeway in regards to speaking on pitch. You were once my one companion. You were all that mattered. So that you can just see your person and just let that live. You don't have to sing, you were once my one. That's not it. Okay, so let's try that together. And men, same thing. Use the lyrics, but use your person. This is a great Great exercise right now. My one companion, you were all that mattered. Coming down. You were once a friend and father, then my world was shattered. So right through here, no chest in here. We're just doing it from what I call your talking voice. So this is talking, but on top. We don't want to go, you were once my one companion. That's a pop song. We're going to go instead in the style, the soprano classical style. You were once, but spoken. Okay. Now we're singing, but we're very much on top, sparkly, easy, and be sure to see your father, whoever you chose to be your father, on your fourth wall and speak to him from this unfulfilled need of needing to be protected. On top. By the way, this is a B natural. Interesting that Andrew Lloyd Webber started this song on a passaggio note. Why would he do that? It's because it's harder to sing. It takes more energy. It has to be more compressed. There's something about it that it's got tension in it. He wanted this to be tension, wishing you were somehow here again, wishing you were some. That's all on a B natural. Interesting, right? That this is the passaggio. So he's letting us know there's tension in this. What do? You drop into this need to be protected and you talk to your father. Where are you? I need you now. Okay? Meg says there's something about, yes, that is shaky and vulnerable for us women. Yeah, the vulnerability, you talked about shaking last time. You shake when you're vulnerable. Just keep shaking. But you've got to also send, Meg. You have to send it to your father. If you just get involved and don't send, then it's self-indulgent. But if you're sending, it's not indulgent. You're telling the story. Here we are. So right on the passaggio, belly, lots of energy, and send right through that, right through the laser beam. Put the words right through that laser beam. Wishing you were somehow here again, wishing you were somehow near. Enter on top. Sometimes it seemed if I just dreamed. On top. Somehow you would be here. On the B again. Somehow you would. That's another passaggio note. Somehow you would. Now, if it was a higher note, would be. That's almost easier than would be here again. Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would. Dreaming of you won't help me to do. Stand soprano. Oh, that I dreamed I could. Beautiful. So that's all on top and sparkly. Now she's in the graveyard. She's talking about the hell of the graveyard, that he doesn't belong here with these tombstones. That's not where she wants him to belong. So you might have a little chest come into this, ladies. This is a place you could have that. Let's try it. Passing bells and sculpted angels, cold and monumental. Those low notes are hard. Don't go to monu. Keep it at your mouth. Cold and monumental. That's a little trick. Remember we did that before? If it's too low, just let it ring at your mouth. Mental. Let's do passing bells. Passing bells and sculpted angels, cold and monumental, seem for you the wrong companions. You were warm and gentle. Beautiful. Now, there's a musical interlude now. When there's a musical interlude, that's for you as the actor to expose the need. Just hang in this sensation of the unfulfilled need of protection. You just don't feel protected, and just see your father and just hang in that. And it'll feel like you're doing nothing, but it is so powerful. So powerful. Let me read your questions. I meant that singing on the passaggio shows vulnerability and tension. Brava. There you go, honey. Good. It is perfect for the song. Good, Meg. I love that. All that I ask. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so we're hanging. So it's all leading up. She's getting all like, oh my God, now I've got to speak and I have to talk about this conflict. Conflict beats are powerful. Too many years fighting back tears. Why can't the past just die? This is what's called a conflict beat. And she's like hitting pillows. She's so mad. So really get in his face and say, no, this is too much. Now, make sure that you don't push from here. We've got the support. You're the vessel for this anger. So don't grab the anger. You're going to go through it. It's really an important point and not easy to do. Let's give it a try. So we'll do the measure before. Too many years fighting back tears. Why can't the past just die? That's where some of the Christines do a little more chest, like a pop straight tone. You could get away with it. The start before, make sure it's all soprano. But there, if you want to go straight tone, die. And then we're going to go pure soprano. Wishing you were somehow here again. That's an F. It's above the passaggio. So that's easier to sparkle. Isn't this interesting? Guys, it's for you too. So keep working on this it's a great range for all of us. So keep working on it, guys, too. Let's go from too many years fighting. Why can't the past just, and then die? You can do some straight tone, and then we're going to go into sparkle soprano and really reaching for daddy and saying, no, I need you here. I need you here. Too many years fighting back tears. Why can't the past just die? Wishing you were somehow here again, knowing we must say goodbye. Got it? Now we're going to go into, now you can do more chest if you'd like. Here we go. Too many, no, try to forgive. My fault. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Try to forgive. Breathe. Teach me to live. Breathe. Give me the strength to try. Now I'm wrong. It's not going to be chest here. This is 3 thoughts. Try to forgive. Breathe. Teach me to live. Breathe. Give me the strength to try. So she's trying to separate from him now. Try to forgive. Forgive me, Daddy, for needing you like this. Teach me to live. I've got to move on with my life. Give me the strength to try. 3 different thoughts. So please be sure to breathe in between. Try to forgive. Breathe. Teach me to live. Breathe. Give me the strength to try. No more memories. No more silent tears. No more gazing across the wasted years. We do that much, okay? Here we come. Try to forgive, breathe, teach me to live, give me the strength to try. No more memories, no more silent tears, no more gazing across the wasted years. Make sense? That's the blueprint you want to follow. Excellent, excellent. Now here we go. 2 times she says, help me say goodbye. The second time goes up the octave and it does a crescendo, all soprano, of course, sparkle on top. Guys, you enter on top as well. And you're really asking Daddy, I need to say goodbye. Let's do this. And at the end of the song, does she succeed? I would say yes. At the end of the song, she crescendos and she succeeds. Here we go. Help me say goodbye. In the need, help me say, breathe, goodbye. So you have to stay on the ah vowel for goodbye. E comes at the end. That's the diphthong. We always sing on the first vowel. Don't go, say goodbye. No, say goodbye. The E only comes at the end. So we're going to do the whole thing from try to forgive, teach me to live, to help me say goodbye. Really surrender into the need. This is just exposing the need. Help me say goodbye. Help me say goodbye. You can reach to him if you want, and crescendo. Here we go. Try to forgive, new thought. Teach me to live, breathe. Give me the strength to try. No more memories, no more silent tears, no more gazing across the wasted years. Release into the knee. Help me say goodbye. Surrender. Expose the need. Help me say goodbye. Beautiful work. Wow. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. And you can always rewind and go through it again and get your version and then put it on with karaoke and you can do it your way. All right? Beautiful work. We're going to do one more thing as we leave. We're going to go to All I Ask of You and we're just going to set up the song and sing it. You're all warmed up. We've done so many things today. This is so cool. And we're just going to set it up and we're going to sing it with a karaoke. So you can always do a karaoke version and send it to me if you want my feedback. I'm happy to do that. Okay, so let's get a quick drink of water. Should we hold our feelings back a bit? No. And when I say, yeah, you're going to start crying, Joy, just let yourself cry. Do not hold your feelings back. I don't want you to show the feelings and push. This is new. It's a new kind of work. I'm not expecting you to have it all performance ready in one lesson here. If you are crying, that tells me that you have a gift, a talent already ready to go, that you can use this and sing through it. It just takes practice to sing through it. So right now, if it's, that is great. That's beautiful. And in fact, when an audience hears that and you're in your truth, an audience will applaud for that. Rather than, no, I can't do it. I clean up and I push it aside. Don't push it aside. Go through it now. Practice. Do you think those Oscar Award winning actresses and actors, do you think that they just, cry and speak and everything's already done the first day? It takes practice to speak through our emotions and make art out of it without holding on with tension. You have to be the vessel. That's our work. So, and this was my process. That's why I can speak so clearly on this. I didn't even have emotions. My emotions were so pushed down when they finally came out after I did therapy. And you guys might think of therapy too. Therapy is a great thing for artists and for people, but we're not fixing it in our work. We are exposing it. We are using it. And what's so cool is that by using it, it's also very healing, very cathartic, but you have to go through it. If you push it aside, you might get a headache later because you've held it. That's why people have panic attacks, because they hold and push their feelings down. It has to come out eventually. So we have this opportunity to use art and speak and sing through it. So please, I beg of you, let it sound bad. You don't know how bad I thought I sounded. Then you hear it on replay and you're like, wait a minute, it's just this beautiful human sound. You don't even know what it is. So that's my long answer on that one. Good. Dalia's crying. Oh, it hurts emotionally. Good. So keep crying. This is great. Don't clean up, and we're going to go right into all I ask of you. It's the same need. So keep on crying. As my teacher said, don't clean up. This is gorgeous. And what that's telling me is that you have a deep, amazing gift. Like when Susan Batson worked with Oprah, it's been televised that Oprah talks about it and says, she didn't know if she had the goods to play the lead in The Butler. She was in The Butler with Forest Whitaker, who I've also worked with, by the way. Forest Whitaker, an Oscar award-winning actor who, talk about connected to his emotions, And so Oprah was working with Susan Batson to see if Oprah had the goods. We have to find out if those emotions are available. And what you're telling me, Delilah, I'm sorry, I always get your name wrong. You're telling me that you have the goods. And so Susan took Oprah through these exercises. And at the end of the exercises, Oprah was sobbing, couldn't stop. And Susan said to her, you've got the places to go to carry and use for this character. And this is so cool because it becomes our card catalog. It becomes our computer folder of things that we can go to that we use in the work. So I suggest don't clean up. We're here together. Hopefully we'll be together in person when I see you in New York for the masterclass there on November 15, because it's better when we're together, obviously. But and if you feel like you need more help, then definitely reach out to a therapist if there's something that it feels too much. But right now, see if you can stay with me this whole hour and a half, and we're just going to keep going through it, not around it, and use art with it. So Chicane says, I love your wisdom on emotions and the release. It makes so much sense and has opened a new dimension to everything. I love that you're saying that, because that's what happened to me. It opened up a whole career. It not only helped my career, it helped my happy life, and to have a place to use our sadness. We all have sadness in our lives. We all have conflict and sadness. It's just being human. So as talented singers, you have this opportunity to use it and help others release their pain, because that's why they come to see you in Phantom of the Opera. That's why people love the Phantom of the Opera. They can connect to the Phantom who has this visual, scar on his face and has this need to be somebody. How many of us have that need? I think Madame Giry, my character in the show, had the same need as the Phantom, and she wanted to bring his work to the world. And when the need gets jammed up, then it becomes a tragic flaw. Phantom's tragic flaw is he started killing people. That's when we had to go, okay, we can't keep going with this. Anyway, there's lots and lots of great stuff. Okay, so now we're moving on to All I Ask of You. So Raoul sings this to Christine. Christine sings it to Raoul. We're just going to sing the whole song like we're one person. You can stay as Raoul. So Raoul, I would say, let's say his need is to be loved. He has such a deep need to be loved. And he saw Christine at the opera house. And from that moment, he remembered her as a little girl. And he has such a deep need to be loved. And so he went to find her. And he knows that he can protect her. She needs to be protected. And what does he say? No more talk of darkness. Forget those wide-eyed fears. I'm here. Nothing can harm you. He knows very well she needs to be protected. And he's like, his action is, I'm protecting you. What does he need from Christine? He needs her love. And then she says, say you love me every waking moment. Like she's saying, please love me. She's really saying, please protect me. And he loves this because he needs to be loved. So isn't it crazy, this back and forth? So there's the need and the action. The action is always a little different than the need. The need is pure emotion. I need to be protected. I need to be loved. That's only emotion. If we only had emotion, we would be self-involved, but we don't. We are sending on the action. So his action is to protect her, charm her, make her feel protected. And she's opening up her heart. She needs to be protected. And she is sending him love. So it's really fun. Yes, the need to be embraced is the same need as the need to be loved. So the need to be touched, I love that. So do this. I need to be held. That's beautiful. That's the same need. That's what Raul needs. He needs to be held. He needs to hold her. He needs to love her. And what does he do? He tells her, I will protect you. She needs to be protected. She knows he needs to be loved. She says, love me, love me, love me. Holds him, touches him. And so she gets her need fulfilled, hopefully. It's never enough to be fulfilled. And he gets his need fulfilled. So as the actor, all you have to do is go to the sensation of that need when it was unfulfilled. I remember when I didn't feel protected. I remember when I didn't feel loved. And then I'll see my person who I want them to love me. I want them to protect me, and I'll send them my love. I'll send them my hug. I'll have an action. It's kind of an action of seduction, really. It's like seducing them with my love. And he's seducing her with his protection. Okay? It's crazy, right? Okay. Let's just look through it. No more talk of darkness. So this is going to live around our mouth. And it's all through here. Then when we come to say you need me, that's when Christine enters, but we're going to sing the whole song. Remember, it switches to a new floor. Say you need me with you. So we have to have each floor ringing. Say you need me with you now and always. So enjoy all of the floors throughout. And then the very end, we have the super high note. So we're going to hear in the instrumental that suddenly there'll be these measures that you don't sing. What do we do when we're not singing? We expose the need. Of course, you have the actor on stage with you. You have more interaction. But when you don't, just see the person and just expose this need to be held, expose your need to be protected, expose your need to be loved, and just hang in that. And then we suddenly have the high note. How do we enter? We remember that higher floor, smaller space. So let's try that now. So it's going to be here, anywhere. Let me go to. So the jaw is released away. So Hugo's asking me, could you talk later about the screaming at the very end when the Phantom says, swear to me never to tell the secret you know of the angel of death? How to scream in a healthy way. Yeah. So let's talk about that now, because we're going to end with this duet. So the main thing, number one, is always that belly button support. If you don't have your support, that means you're screaming from here. And you don't want to scream from your vocal cords rubbing together. So do the S, and then, hey. And for you, you want to put the speakers in your cheeks. So he screams, swear to me, swear to me. So you want to have this here, those are your speakers from here. Try not to grind your vocal cords. That's not happening. It sounds so exciting. It feels like it's grinding there. Make the words live where your cheeks are. I'm trying to remember the words. Swear to me, never tell this secret, never. So here and here, okay? That's where you go, Hugo. All right? You can send me a video and I can take a look and make sure you're not on your throat. That will hurt you. Okay, so we're going to do the song. You ready? All right. So let's stand. You're going to get your fourth wall connected. You're going to see your Christine or your Raoul on the fourth wall. You can have the lyrics ready to go. I love doing this song in concert, and I always do the whole song. I don't worry that it's a duet. You can sing it at a wedding. You can sing it at a, it's a wonderful song to sing at a benefit. You can do it as a solo. You can do it as a duet. It's really, really wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Ramsey. You are the best. Okay, so we're just going to now, I'm going to sing it with you. We're going to see our fourth wall. We're going to see the person. Who do you need love from? Who do you need to be protected from? And we're going to have the breath, all those floors we talked about, but really focus in on releasing into the need and just speaking through that and sending on the action. The action is to seduce them with your love, seduce them with your protection. You're welcome, Hugo. I hope that helps. Yeah. Okay, it's coming right up. It's queued up. It's going to start right away. Here it comes. See your person. Take a couple breaths. Breathe into the need. The need is unfulfilled. You don't feel protected. You don't feel loved. You don't have to show us. If you just feel the sensation, that's enough. I'm going to move this so get the lyrics right. Okay. No more talk of darkness. Forget these wide-eyed fears, and here nothing can harm you. My words will warm and calm you. Let me be your freedom. Let daylight dry your tears, and here with you, beside you, to guard you and to guide you. The floor. Still and lonely every waking moment. Turn my head with talk of summertime. Still need me with you now and always. Promise me that all you say is true. That's all I ask. Let me be your shelter. Let me be your light, your safe. No one will find you. Your fears are far behind you. All I want is freedom. A world with no more light, and you always beside me, to hold me and to hide me, and still share with me one love, one lifetime. Let me lead you from your solitude. Still need me with you here beside you. Anywhere you go, let me go too. Christine, that's all I ask. Still share with me one love, one lifetime. Say the word and I will follow you. Share with me each night, each morning. Say you love me, you know I do. Love me, that's all I ask of you. Stay in the need, to surrender in the sensation. Keep breathing in the need. Love me, that's all I ask of you. Keep breathing, just be there. Don't show, don't ascend, just stay. Great way to end our Phantom of the Opera lesson. That was a lot of information. How are you doing? Great work, you guys. I'm so honored you've been here today. Oh my goodness. If you have any last awareness, let me know. Nothing to prove, only to share. Wow, Meg, that's really profound. I love that. You're not proving it, you're just sharing. That's gorgeous. I just love that. Goosebumps, Clarissa. Excellent. Bye-bye, Moonbeam. Excellent. Lillian, definitely felt the emotional connection. You are always connected, Lillian. I really love your work. It's such a primal song. That's a great, I love that connection. I love that awareness. DeLeo, I would love to come to your workshop. You live in Germany. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I'll come to Germany when I have my book tour. How fun would that be? But yeah, keep coming back on Mondays. You can always review the other 4 lessons. I'm going to be tuning in from Italy next week. So let's see what happens there. Oh, Joy. This is great. You are carried by the feelings. So weren't you saying that you couldn't clean up? It was a lot of, I know you had a lot of tears. So you used them. You followed through and you used them. Excellent. Ariadna, thank you for all your inside information. Oh, I'm so happy you learned. That makes me so thrilled. Thank you, darling. Keep on crying. That's Isabel. Keep on crying. Isabel, did you sing through that? Even if you were like, say, hey, you love me. Even if you just spoke it, that's it. You might have to do it a couple more times, even when we go off video. So just keep singing through it. Keep crying through it. I'm so proud of you. What that's telling me is you've had some emotions that have been stuck and that you haven't been exploring. You've been putting them aside, and now they're coming out really big. I understand that. When I was in Susan's class and I finally got connected to my feelings, I was probably in the corner crying for a year, to be really honest. A year crying in the corner. What do I do now, Susan? Keep crying, Mary. She told me to keep crying. And that's why I tell you too. Keep crying. Excellent, Isabel. I'm glad you feel safe. I want you to feel safe. But just know the tears are good. This is going to, you just keep releasing. Roseanne, you feel tired. You felt tired and now you're energized. Wow. Something like breath and support and singing is such a gift, isn't it? It's a miracle every time. I love it. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. Such good work. So great. Hugo and Bill Ramsey, you were our men today. I hope it was fun and that you were able to get to the men's stuff too. I feel like I give the ladies more and I don't want to do that. Let's see. Roseanne, yes, you feel good. Thank you for showing us. You are enough indeed, Joy. You are so enough. My teacher, Susan Batson, said that to me, and I gifted it to Sierra Boggess, and we're all living it now. You're in Miami. That's so great. I hope you can come to my masterclass too, Joy. I would absolutely love that. And just remember, you guys, if you get your tickets, just write me a little note. I'll get you in the VIP section. Chicane, oh, you found your body buzzing with a connection. This is great news. Oh my God, I couldn't be more proud and thrilled. It's a soul experience. I'm so glad, honey. This is the power of connecting our emotions to the voice technique. Getting your technique, and when you have the correct breath, it gets you to your emotions. As I said, one serves the other. And it was life-changing for me, and I'm just so thrilled to pass it on to you. So let's keep supporting us in this. If you want to join the Setrakianators, there's such a great community there. And if you have any sadness or want to share some things, we've got incredible stories. One of the gals came out for the first time, and she was in the UK and had a group that wasn't supportive and kicked her out of her church. And she found the Setrakianators, and she got the courage to move, and she has a girlfriend now, and she's got this wonderful life that's opening up in a whole new way. So I feel really happy that we've got a real, just a gift of connection and community there, no matter what the issues are. I love that. And she said I could talk about it. That's why I'm mentioning. I won't say her name right now, but she said I could share the story. It's an important story for us to live our truth. You want to live your truth. That's the important thing about this work. Thank you, Lillian, for safe travels. I know I've got to pack now, but I'm so happy to see you guys. And hopefully I'll be checking in with you from my place in Rome. I'll give you a little tour. Maybe a heads up, I'll do some Q&A next week. Let's do that. So think of some questions you'd like to ask me, and we can even hopefully put them together, answer the questions in progress. I can put it up on its feed, in other words, and we can do it together. Yeah, you can totally send me a video, Joy. That's fine. I would say it's best to send it through my Instagram, if you can do it there. Actually, if you want to do it through my website, Contact Mary, I'll get that. If I don't respond, it means I didn't get it, because I will definitely respond. But yeah, that's a good idea. Contact Mary, marysetrakian.com/contact Mary is where you can go to that page and click on Say Hi to Mary, and I'll see it. So I'm happy to look at it. Okay. Wow, we did it. 136. We're doing good. Please tell your friends to subscribe. And if you're new and checking in here, please keep joining me on my Monday series. And if you're in New York, come by on November 15th to the Triad. The tickets are on sale. I put the link in the chat. It's triadnyc.com. And you just go to the website and then click on shows, go to the date, November 15th. And I'm the only one performing that day, so you can't miss it. Okay, great, Isabel, you're doing good. Thank you for the feedback. It's important to me that when you get so emotional and I can't see you and can't support you, I'm so happy you're checking in. This is great. Thank you, Meg. Thank you for joining me here. This is great. Can't wait to see everybody. We're gonna meet in person in November. It's too good. Okay, go have some water, have some lunch. Or dinner, can depending on your, sorry, now I'm coughing. Okay, ciao. Love you guys.